at the bloopers. Namaste and greetings. My name is Carmen Santosha from Healing the Planet from Within. You're on my YouTube channel right now, and we're here in
Tiruvannamali.
That one in India. And
at the foot of Arunachala.
And this is the Green Baba, the very famous Green Baba that's going around YouTube. Sitting with him right here now, and we're just going to have a conversation about Samadhi, spiritual development, and 4 amazing tips that he's going to give you personally about how you can improve your life and walk down the spiritual journey, how you can begin.
For free.
Unless you want to give him some money. If you do want to give him some money, get in contact with me and I will get the money to him. Because you're now here for how long?
Well, December 2019 in a row.
Fully on a spiritual journey. And so let's get into the video. We'll see you there. I'm curious what first brought you to Tiru?
Well, a long journey. I started my spiritual approach when I was 16.
16, okay.
I got a poem, someone gave me a poem, Steps, Stufen from Hermann Hesse. And when I read this poem, something was opening up within me, and suddenly I felt there's another world, and something beyond all this. And I said, okay, I want to find out what this is, this beyond, beyond or within or.
What is this?
Yeah. So, and then the next important step was I did a yoga course when I was 19, and I read a book, and I first time heard about Lord Shiva, and I just fell in love with him. And I also read about the blissfulness and the consciousness of the yogis, and I said, this is what I want in my life. This is my life goal, to achieve this.
To achieve this enlightenment?
No, this blissfulness and the consciousness.
Okay, blissfulness.
And of course, back then, the idea was different than years later. It always changed. It was getting more clear what it actually is, but you can never really understand what it truly is. The mind cannot. And then with 24 I met an Indian yogi in Germany. I was actually preparing myself to come to India my first time, but India came in form of this yogi to me, and we spent 11 days together.
Wow.
And he told me that he is not my guru. He told me that I will not have a guru in a living body. And then I said, okay, then Lord Shiva is my guru. He also gave me a Sanskrit name, and he initiated me in the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. And all these were just little steps. And when I came here in January 2018 to Arunachala, that was my goal, because a few years before I heard about Arunachala, and everything that is related to Shiva was attracting me. And when I came here, I saw Arunachala, I knew my journey is over. And since then I came here again And now, since December 2019, I am here. And
you've become quite well known here with so many people, and even getting yourself on YouTube.
yes, I mean, you don't see many white guys
dressed in green
with a beard and still a lot of people approaching me and asking me for my country, or they see a white ATM in me because I'm a Westerner. But I also see a lot of sadhus who truly can look within. And even if they don't speak or we don't talk to each other, we acknowledge each other.
So how would you define something like Samadhi? What is Samadhi?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, first of all, Samadhi is a word.
Yeah.
And it describes something which each of us has to find within his or herself.
It's true. No one can teach you.
Well, you can teach techniques. You can teach. Yes, you might be able to explain, but still, you don't get it if you don't get it.
You have to do the practice.
Yes, and that's not only practice. It's also when you are ready for the next step, then the grace of the divine will guide you to the next step.
Agreed. It comes to you. Yes, I've had so many experiences like this where something just happens and I feel lifted or opened or something. Oh wow, okay. And you can't really describe it to someone who hasn't experienced it. It's like I felt this opening in my heart, and they can hear the words, but to have the experience is a whole other level. It just takes you to that level.
Some people might meditate for 40 years, but they haven't experienced
that hiding state.
Yeah.
And I do believe it takes some, like for me, from my experience, it takes some lifetimes or initiation or something has to happen in order for the ball to start rolling. For me, I became awaked when I was 16, awakened. We have a similar journey. You say you started. I started at 16.
Ramana as well, with 16.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Okay. Our last conversation really got me excited, and why I wanted to get you on video is because we were talking about we're multi-dimensional beings. And we keep trying to be out, like we're in the mundane world, but we keep trying to be this higher self, which we already are.
Yes.
Yeah, that fascinated me. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I knew that, but not deeper. So when you said it, I was like, it clicked something in my mind. I was like, yeah, I'm existing at all levels right now.
Yes.
I created, that's like you were saying, I created this box I'm living in right now.
We had to create it. We had to limit our consciousness, our awareness to experience exactly this limited version. That's why we came into this world. And you mentioned previous lives. I don't know if reincarnation exists, but something within me is telling that I must have been here before, and I must have done a lot of spiritual work, sadhana. Otherwise, I think I would not have been open up for this information.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that.
And this desire for it, for the
hunger.
For the truth.
That craving that came at 16, right? You start to like, what is it I'm looking for? I don't know, but you're hungry for it. And the God source that's unnameable is massive inside of you, and you have that personal connection with it.
Yes.
And it's like it wants you to find it. It's like puts these these symbols, cravings inside of you, just hungry for something you don't know what it is.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
You don't know what it is, but you know.
You have to find it.
You have to find it, and you know intuitively what it is, but you cannot describe it. You cannot catch it somehow.
But on the topic of samadhi, when we think about samadhi, what does a person need to do to reach the state of samadhi?
First of all,
no talking.
Stop talking, be silent. As long as we talk, the mind is active. When we stop talking, when we become silent, the mind can become and eventually will become quiet. And when your mind or the mind has become quiet, you feel yourself being in this infinite divine realm of stillness. The breathing has 4 stages. Breathing in, then the gap, breathing out, and again the gap. And the breathing is what keeps our awareness within the body. And it's very interesting that when we get born, the first breath is in. And when we die, the last breath is out.
So to get back to your story though, so because you're actually called like the Green Baba?
Yes, because I love this green.
You love
I love colors. Nature, look, nature, all the trees. Trees are green, red roses. What was it? Anyway, I just love this green. When I saw it, I fell in love with that green, and it's everything that looks like this happened by itself. I didn't make a decision. I just fell in love with that green, and I said, oh, one day I want to have a dhoti in that green. And my friend Shanmugam, he said, do you want one? I said, yes, but not now. Yeah, I have one.
Wow.
So, and he gave me this one.
Yeah.
It was used, but was my first dhoti, and after some time it tore apart, so now I'm using it over there. And the beard, I was just too lazy to shave, and suddenly it was growing, and people looked at me and said, oh, good. So the sadhus.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's so cool. And so how did you become like this Green Baba? Like, I mean, you were saying it just happened as well. People
Yes.
approached you and wanted to interview you, and
well, people ask me, what is your name? And well, sometimes I say, you can call me whatever you want. I might respond or not. And then one called me Green Baba.
Now I'm just going to kind of wrap it up a little bit.
Yes.
What kind of advice, or advice, I guess, if one of your observers, one of your fans here, what advice would you give them for better living? I think we'll start with there.
For better living, as I mentioned, this kind of breathing technique, which brings you in a calm state.
Would you recommend, like, what count would you breathe in for 6
No,
counts?
just
No? Okay.
that's mind again.
Yeah,
Just look, observe, whatever comes. Don't count. Just breathe in, breathe out, and when it naturally stays in that empty space, then just observe what happens. And less time being mentally active. So take some time, be silent. Both go very good.
Silence,
Yeah?
yeah,
And trust your intuition.
How do people recognize what is intuition compared to ego? That's always the bigger question.
How do you know that you're in love with someone?
It's a feeling.
Yes.
Yeah. For
So
me, I know.
intuition is a feeling. You cannot describe it. It's not. It's someone that your belly suddenly is speaking. No, intuition comes from here.
Yeah.
And
I used to call it the gut instinct.
Yes.
I could feel it. I didn't know what it was and how to recognize it
Yes.
back then when I first
Yeah,
left
you
Canada.
see different words,
But eventually
but
you
it's the
start
same.
to feel it. Yeah. I think it's just a matter of feeling into it and seeing what feeling is the intuition. Because people have the box, they have the confusion of all the different patterns that they were taught. They don't know how to feel that gut instinct. So
if you feel to do something, try it out. Go for it. If you feel, oh, I don't want to do it, then just don't do it.
Yeah, the feeling. It's right
and
or wrong.
Another thing which is very important, as long as we live in this world, we are in relationships. We are in relationships to each other. Some are just for a moment, some come for some purpose, and some, like family, they stay for a whole lifetime, even if you don't talk to them. But that's the point. Communication is very, very important, because then you can express yourself. If you don't talk to your partner and you just be, then you create something within him. He creates something within him or her. So, always find a way to express from you, or not you did it. No, I feel this.
The I statement.
Yeah. And well, there are many other things, many beautiful books which someone can read, but don't overdo it. You don't need really much. Enjoy, be happy.
So then we have a few different tips for the viewers. One is seek out bliss, enjoy and be happy. Sit in the silence as often as you can and observe your breath.
Yes.
And then speak in I statements. So that's 4 amazing big tips, guys, that you can actually do in order to, okay, so if someone wants to connect with you or find you, do they have to come all the way to India, or can they connect with you in another way? I was like...
I don't know. Hey, the monkeys are throwing. Well,
well, a huge thank you to you for, coming along and being interviewed. And
Vanakkam. Welcome.
We can say hello to your mom now.
My pleasure. To the whole world.
Hello world. Here in India. Hey, thanks for watching. If you could just push down there's that subscribe button, that'd be super awesome. And then go over here and push that like button. That's great. Thanks, guys. Thank you.